Hey guys, Eddie saying Hilaire here, coming at you again with another deck profile video. So today, the deck profile I'm going to give you is actually a combination mix of the VeGeTa deck that I used to get top 16 at Origins, and I got top 8 at the Prodigy Games shop release event. So I know I was telling a lot of people like, hey, just wait till I get an updated video, but I have a lot of overseas supporters and they say they're not going to get set 4 for a while now, so they wanted to see the set 3 deck. So I'm just going to give it to you and do the explanation and show you what I did that's different between the two tournaments. So let's get into it. So the leader I used obviously was VeGeTa. We all know what he does, bread and butter of the deck, leader dot deck. So moving on to the actual main part of the deck itself. So at Origins, I did not run this, but I ran this at the shop tournament. This was a huge mistake not running this. I'm going to explain it to you right now why you need this. Because against decks like U7, Mad Sane, where especially SS3 Goku, when they could just in the early game mull for these and then combo off with it, you need to see this in your opening hand when you go against decks that like to stall. The reason being is when you use VeGeTa crit ability and then you combo with this, I tell people it's all about how you want to combo your attacks. The reason being is if you just attack 5k, even Mad Sane, like let's say I'm a Mad Sane leader for 15k, I attack for 15k and they combo this off, it's literally a one free card you just wasted your attack. But as long as you combo this off with them, now it's a 20k base double strike with or single strike with VeGeTa. Not only would you have to give this up, but also the cards you draw, so you neg one versus just replacing your hand and wasting your attacks. So at Origins, I ran, these were not in the deck. These were actually foreseeing hits. I have mixed feelings about foreseeing hits because this deck's not really supposed to get that far in the game. Like every time I had it, I usually had games, so I didn't really need to drop it. So foreseeing hit was not really necessary in my opinion, but these were. That's why top 8 the shop champ. The next 4 cards are going to be Bodyguard Legends. People ask me why I play this card. The reason why I play this card is because it's literally a free 15k swing. Like, you understand, guys. Even if you're going, let's say if you're going against yellow, you're playing against Shugesh. You haven't attacked with VeGeTa yet. These will bait out their Nimbus because with this, you make a 25k base. You make them bait cards, and you still haven't dropped anything. Like you haven't dropped anything because these are free guys to play as long as they have a fighter in that battle area. So these are extremely free, and worst kind of worse, they're free 5k combos and they're free energy. So you gotta play for it. Especially when Flute comes out, I'm gonna show you the spice. Just make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll show you the spice for the VeGeTa deck because this with Flute is going to be just insanely free. So moving on to the next 4 cards is 4 Saiyan Cabbas. The reign of Cabbas are over, guys. It's time to move on to the new spicy Trunks engine. But the Cabbas, for real, guys, it just allows you to do OTK plays, man. Like, it brings them, you could literally bring someone from 5 to 0 in the blink of an eye. As soon as they tap out, you could bring them from 8 to 0 as soon as they tap out. And you just need Saiyan Cabbas. It helps you awaken, it helps you put pressure on your opponent, and they don't see it coming. So, gotta play that for. Thinking about Cabba too, because I know there's people are gonna just put it in the deck and like to swing. Don't ever just swing with Cabba and give them cards. Like when you're swinging with Cabba, you're usually going for a game. Like you're not just doing it just to give them cards and now you're at 3 life. Like no, that's not how it works, guys. You use Cabba literally just when you're going to push for a game and then you want to untap Trunks and keep doing it. Don't just recklessly swing. Next one, so this is the biggest difference between mine and Marcel's deck. He doesn't like the Champa line, but I feel like the Champa line is super necessary because I feel like if you don't see your Champas early game and then you eat the negates or you eat the kid like the Kid Goku that draw a card, they're pretty much a red super combo, I feel like you'll lose. So early game I want to be able to see the Champa, so I played a little Champa line. That's the reasoning behind it. And plus not only that, they're free for like 5k combos. Worst kind of worse, you whip and you don't get this, you just get a scheming Champa, and the scheming Champa just literally this and the manipulating god makes it a 10k combo. And I did not know this, but I played this just jokingly around. I already won the game, but I played it and I dropped Cabba. And funny thing is, Cabba gets the boost because of the little effect that gives all aliens 5k boost. So Cabba is 20k double strike. So it's pretty juicy, guys. Next off, the Mighty Mass. You have to play Mighty Mass. Like Mighty Mass, turn 2 should be Mighty Mass. That's all it is. If you don't have your third or your blue energy down, this is gonna search your blue energy because you're gonna search the Goten. So the difference between the Shop Championship and Origins, Shop Championship, I ran 4 of these bad boys, but in Origins it was 2, and then there was 2 of the green ones because I felt like veggies were gonna be an issue. I don't regret the decision because it clears board removal. I just wish, I don't know. I guess I played more before going. So this is what I ran. This is what I ran. There's the difference between this and Origins. Your bread and butter card, it's going to be your untaps. I'm just gonna put the untaps package down, period. So Trunks you want to use offensively, this you want to use defensively, unless you know for a fact you have games. So that's how it is. Don't use this just recklessly, just to untap one, just to untap one. You want to use it when you're going for game. And Sensu Beans, it just literally puts your opponent, hey, you got to overcommit in order to kill me this turn. Next thing is going to be these BCC Goku. So the thing with BCC Gokus is, the reasoning behind it is people forget that it has barrier. So if you're going against the Ginyu leader or Frieza, whatever yellow leader is playing Shigeshiki Kid Goku, you just drop it on them. They don't negate this, and they have 2 life left, they're most definitely going to lose. Because for so fact, if you don't negate this, you combo out your whole hand on this and just kill them from there. Even if they do negate this, you just have your VeGeTa attack still because you want to attack with this first. You don't want to get Nimbus into something wild. So attack with this first, so that way if something happens, they can't kill it obviously, but if they negate it, still have your VeGeTa attack and you'll have other attacks coming out because this untaps too as well. Next, the staples is going to be your boost attack Piccolos. I'm not going to even go into it because boost attack Piccolos are just mandatory. And Origins, I didn't run boost attack Piccolos. I ran Kabito Kais. The reason I ran Kabito Kais is because, I don't know, for some reason, I felt like there are going to be a lot of VeGeTa decks, so I wanted the mirror match just for me to have the advantage because once they tap and try to combo out, I literally put every piece back in their hand. But this guarantees you a draw, guys. So, I mean, I like Piccolo now because I see people that jump on the hype train and just stay with the veggies. But Piccolo's for the shop tournament, and I ran Kabito Kais during the actual Origins event. Now, these foods at Origins were Matt Sands. Do I regret the decision? Looking at it, not really, because it essentially made him waste their. I forced him to bloodlust it because if you didn't bloodlust it, you're gonna get blown out. Even if you Shigesh Goku, my Matt Sand, you're gonna get blown out because I took out your feeling. There's no way for you to kill me next turn, so I know what I can and can't do. But the difference between the Scientist foods and I guess you could say the Matt Sand itself, when you're not going against yellow, this card is just so much better because for 1 mana you draw 2 cards and it's a 25 double strike versus just clearing the board and then 20 double strike. So Origins, these were Matt Sand. For the shop tournament, these were Scientist foods. Which one is better? In my opinion, if it's not veggies, it's gonna be Scientist food, just because it gives you the extra 2 draws and it's an extra 5k boost. Now moving on to the side deck. So I thought 8s were gonna be a thing, so what I did was the only black cards I would run, it would literally be just the absolute attack mirror. The reason being is I would do my best to keep them at 2 life. Yeah, and then once I keep them at 2 life, I would just, they think they would never, for some reason, be able to get attacked. So I would attack with VeGeTa. Of course, they're going to Nimbus, so they tap their yellow. That's the most apparent play. And I would just drop this like it's hot, and it's a 20 double strike to your face as long as I have Champa. And I'm going to drop the Champa on you to win for game. So that's why I like this. The next 4 cards these were exclusively for the U7 Frieza deck. Because the Genyus, you don't really want to put these in because they're still, I prefer Goku. Because they do the same thing with Untap. Yes, this is crit, but this could still get blown out by Kid Goku Shigesh. And their preference, Goku cannot. So this was exclusively for literally just the U7 decks. I wanted to put pressure on them. Going on to the next 4 cards. The Whis Coercion. So the Whis Coercion were in the deck just for Matt Sand and mirror matches, because Matt Sand does what I'm trying to do, but 10 times better, because they don't kill themselves. Matt Sand kind of laughs at you because it's like, hey guy, you're killing yourself. You're just helping me, gonna kill you. So you have to run these negates. Going to the next 4 cards, I wish I had put these in, but these were not in Origins. I found this out after Origins, because when decks try to stall you out, like the Pan decks, the Super Saiyan 3 Goku decks, these right here will save you, because later on in the game, when you're just like looking at your hand like, man, I had all these cards in my hand, now I only have 5, I'm gonna drop one, I'm gonna have 4, and I'm gonna lose because I got alt resource. This will help you later on in the game, because yes, your board gets reset, but by the time they like Zeno you or whatever they do to you, you should have them at least at 4 life max. They should not be over 4 life. They're over 4 life, you're doing something wrong. And with these, you just doodle out your little baby VeGeTa tokens. They're 15 double strike guys. Like, as long as you pitch out, I think you have to have 4 cards in your hand. It's 4 cards or less. or 3 cards or less. It's one of them. Yeah, 4 cards or less, they're double strike. So by the time you drop this like it's hot, man, like you get reset, it's gonna be game, guys. So that was the deck I took to the shop championship, and I showed you the 2 differences. It was minor stuff. It was like this was mad same. The 2 Goten were literally 2 green Goten. I felt like it was just gonna help me, give me a better advantage. So the next video, I actually went to, that was actually my last time playing VeGeTa. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'll come back to it later on in the set, but I want to actually become like, I'm gonna leave it alone for now. I'm gonna go ahead and explore other decks because right now people are just picking up on my strategy. I'm gonna come back to it. When I come back to it, it's gonna be something big, guys. But for right now, I'm gonna explore the landscape. So the first deck I picked up that was not VeGeTa, no one expected it. I went to PPG's shop championship, and then I came back victorious as a champion. So this next deck is going to come in our next deck profile. Now do me a favor, guys. I do have the winners for the mats. I'm going to read off the names. These are some unique names, so you guys get ready to laugh. The first one is Bong_Rizzler. The second one is Pritoing. It's like Pritoeig. The third one is Scorch GCG. The fourth one is Dark Aether. And the fifth one is, I think it's Orphan Desmail, something like that. It's ORHAN space DZEMAIL. So you guys are the winners. I commented. I said you guys won the mat. There was a lot of like close guys that I wanted to pick. So Sterling was pretty much busy, so she couldn't pick the winners. So what I want you guys to do is the people who go in her inbox and tell her the nicest comment of why she should come back and just pretty much do these videos with me to pick these winners because she's so much better at than I am. I have these 3 things from the shop championship that I got. So the person who writes, I guess, the nicest comment that she likes, you guys get to pick whichever ones you want. Second place gets to pick the whatever is left, and third place gets to pick whatever first and second didn't get. So her name is Sterling Silver. Don't spam her, but just like, I don't know, write something nice like, hey, you missed running videos, whatever it is. And in the top 3 comments that she likes the most, that gets her back into it, will get these 3 goodies. So guys, stay tuned for the next episode where I go into the deck that I use to get and become victorious at PPG's Cross World Shop Championship. And I'll see you guys later, man.